Don't worry, this won't hurt. No, please, don't. Hello, everybody. Deceptive Mango here with some news about MLP G5. Woo! So, if you're in the Brony or MLP community, you might have heard that there have been a lot of leaks for the next generation of MLP G5, and I want to talk about those leaks today. I have a couple of things that I've pulled up. There's been some pictures, and the movie synopsis has been made. So, first, I would like to talk about the movie synopsis. Um, and that would be, well, we got this. In the new movie, the pony world of Equestria has lost its magic. Friendship and harmony have been replaced by paranoia and mistrust, and ponies now live separated by species. Sunny, a feisty and idealistic young Earth pony, is convinced that there's still hope for this divided world, but her slightly misguided and often hilarious efforts to change hearts and minds have led to her being branded a misfit. When Sunny befriends a lost unicorn named Izzy, who wanders innocently into the Earth pony town of Maritime Bay, the town has had enough. Izzy and Sunny must embark on an epic adventure that will include a daring jewel heist, outrageous conspiracy theories, elaborate musical numbers, and the world's cutest flying Pomeranian. Their adventures will take them to faraway lands and force them to challenge the status quo by facing their fears and making new friends out of old enemies. The world Sunny has dreamed of her entire life could finally become a reality as Sunny and her newfound friends fight to prove that even little ponies can make a big difference. So it's a really interesting synopsis. The magic in Equestria is gone, and everybody's divided by race, which already tells me that the time of Twilight Sparkle and her friends is gone, and it has been gone for a very long time. Now, let's put this into perspective. Twilight Sparkle is an alicorn. She basically looked like a Celestia recolor with two differences at the end of Generation 4. So, what does that say? Well, first of all, Celestia and Luna lived 1,000 years. So, this is more than 1,000 years later, I think. Because, well, well, I don't know. But that's my idea, is that since Celestia lived for 1,000 years, Twilight probably also would have lived for 1,000 years, which means that if the world has fallen into ruin like this, it's very possible that this is way more than 1,000, maybe even more than 2,000 years after Twilight became, the big alicorn goddess Celestia recolor that we all seen and love her as. At least I think we all love her. I don't know. I think her design could have been a bit more creative, but let's continue with MLP G5 information. We got three images that I'm going to show you here today. And the first one that was leaked was a merchandise image for bed sheets and a pillow, which shows these three ponies. Now, I'm definitely not a fan of this 2D style. I I don't know what it is. Their eyes are too far apart. Their noses are really rounded. Like the ponies in G5 or in G4, their noses weren't really pointy, but they also weren't that rounded. They got they got spike noses. Their noses remind me of Spike's nose there. They look just their faces look more like human eyes, and it's really fucking weird. But luckily, the screenshots that we have for the actual movie are in CG, and I will be talking about those later. But we don't actually know if the show will be 2D or CG, and it's possible that the show will be in this style, and I think that's relatively unfortunate. But this is just merchandise, and some people have said that it is very possible that the show will be different because this is just merchandise. And apparently, the merchandise and concept drawings of the G4 characters before G4 came out were also really weird and different looking. And I didn't really know that. I know that their designs were slightly different, but yeah. I know that the original Pinkie Pie was supposed to be Surprise, white Pegasus with yellow hair, but that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. So the next image that we're going to talk about is going to be this image of Sunny, the Earth Pony. And there is a lot to talk about in this image. Like, a lot. So let's talk about the first and, like, most important issue. Her eyes are really far apart. Okay, okay. That was a joke. Okay, but on all seriousness, her eyes are really far apart, and that's kind of bothering me. But, no, no. We want to talk about the fact that she kind of looks like Scootaloo, but as an Earth Pony. Despite looking like Scootaloo as an Earth Pony, I would like to also point out that she reminds me of Luster Dawn. The designs aren't too similar. I don't really remember what Luster Dawn looks like, but I'll pop up an image of her on the screen just now, and then we can all laugh collectively if I am totally remembering her design wrong, but I'm pretty sure that she was a yellow pony. I think she was a unicorn, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure she was a yellow pony with a pink mane. So, this character reminds me of Luster Dawn, so she could very possibly be a descendant of Luster Dawn or a descendant of Sunset Shimmer because she also reminds me of Sunset Shimmer because Sunset Shimmer has gold fur and a red mane and this pony has orange fur and a pink mane, and those colors aren't very different from each other. But anyways, let's talk about all of the little details that I've noticed in the background. First of all, Celestia's cutie mark is on a banner on the wall, and that's really cool. Second of all, there are like figurines of the main six in her background, and that's another reason why I think this generation takes place possibly several thousand years in the future, at least several generations in the future, is that it seems like, if that's not just an Easter egg, that could be just an Easter egg, but it seems like the fact that Sunny has, like, memorabilia of the main six, it's possible that they're more of, like, legend now, rather than ponies think they actually exist. And I would like to take the time to point out that there is a lamp and a clock in her background, which means there's definitely TVs. So, you want cartoonception? The MLP main six of Generation 4 are now just a cartoon in Generation 5. That's what they've been reduced to. I do think that is a very strong possibility that, their legend was passed around and ponies are like, oh yeah, they're just a legend. And then their legend was turned into a cartoon, and it's possible that Sunny 100% believes that they were real. I believe there was an animatic of someone who could have been her father or grandfather telling her the story of the main six. I have seen it once. I don't remember where I saw it, and I don't know how I could find it to show it to you guys in this video. Not that I'd be able to, because I think it was pretty damn long, but it is very possible that there are some ponies that do believe that the main six were real, or maybe there's even some ponies that know they were real, because immortality is a thing in this show, and, well, it's a thing in Generation 4. And, who's to say that someone who's not an alicorn could discover an immortality spell? And the next thing I would like to point out is the fact that there is a Rainbow Dash's Cutie Mark poster in the background. I think that's really cool. I didn't notice that detail myself. I actually saw someone point out that detail in the comment section of the first video where I saw this image. I noticed all of the other details myself, though, like the action figures and Celestia's cutie mark. She also has a dream catcher in her room, and I just think that's really rad. And another detail that I didn't notice myself that was pointed out to me was the fact that on her bag, there is Twilight Sparkle's cutie mark, and there are badges with, I believe, Twilight, Fluttershy, and Rainbow Dash's cutie marks. Which kind of makes me think that she might be a Girl Scout, which, that's pretty cool to think about. Okay, those are all of the details that I have noticed. I don't know if there's any others that other people have noticed, but, on to the next image. So the next image is of Sunny and Izzy, and they are with two Pegasus guards. And they were in an elevator. Like, that's literally an elevator. I haven't seen anyone point this out before, but this is an elevator. You can see that there is a panel with the elevator buttons with different floors to the right. It's got the Pegasus wing pattern on it. If you look at the windows to the right and to the left, there are clouds in the background. They are going upwards towards a Pegasus city. If you look at the very back, there is that Pegasus wing symbol. So yeah, and if you look on the guard's armor, there's that same exact Pegasus wing symbol. So they are going to the Pegasus City to meet Princess Petals, who I believe is Pip Petals, who is the Pegasus we see in the merchandise. The reason why I think she's Princess Petals is because, well, if you just, first of all, let's look at a couple of aspects of her design. First of all, she has white wings. Like, her wings are a different color than her body. Now, when I first saw this merchandise, I thought that was just a stand thing for, like, all Pegasi. Now that I think she's a princess, now that we've seen, like, all this information, I think that, yeah, I think that is, like, one of the indicators that she's a princess. Because if you look at, what's her name? Cadence's wings. Cadence has a gradient on her wings, and I'm pretty sure she's the only pony who has a gradient on her wings, I think. I'm not sure. But Pip also has a crown, and that crown has feathers on it, guys. So, well, they're, they're gold feathers. It's a feather pattern, whatever. But I do think that Pip is Princess Pip. Also, the reason why we know the name Princess Pip is because Hasbro has it like trademarked or something. I don't know. I haven't actually seen the actual place where they've written down why, but I've seen other people in other videos say that they think that her name is going to be Princess Petals because Hasbro has that like trademarked or something. But I would like to point out some more things about this screenshot. First of all, the obvious Izzy has a tennis ball in her horn. Oh, and I also forgot to talk about the fact that Izzy's horn is like grayish blue. I don't like that. I really truly don't. Anyways, back to the Pegasi. There is strong evidence that her wings being a different color does indicate that she is a princess, because if you look at the Pegasi guards, their wings are the same color as their burr. If you look at the green one, he's got green wings with possibly a light blue on the end. That could be a light blue, but I'm not really sure. I'm not sure. But it's possible that's just the lighting and that his wings are green all the way through. And if you look at the blue guard, if you look to his left shoulder, at the very far left, you can see a little bit of his wing, and it's the same color as his fur. So that's another piece of evidence that makes me think that Pip is Princess Petals. That she is the princess that Sunny and Izzy are going to see. Because that makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah. Oh, wait. Okay. I remember what else I was supposed to talk about. They don't have cutie marks. So if you look at the screenshot with Sunny and she's in her room, she doesn't have a cutie mark. Now, my very first thought when I saw that she didn't have a cutie mark was, oh, well, she's a filly, she's like not main six, she's like CMC age. That makes sense. But I had another thought about that. She's not. And I'm going to tell you right now, she's an adult pony. And I have strong evidence for this because, oh, I also forgot to talk about that there was an animation released with, I think his name is Hitch Trailblaze, and he's a new pony, and he's like a main character, and he looks like a sheriff. I'll have a picture of him up on screen right now. I'm sorry, I totally forgot about that animation. But I believe they do not have cutie marks in that animation. And if you actually look at that animation, here's strong evidence that they're all adult ponies. They are all the same size. They are all the same exact size. And here's even stronger evidence. If you look at the screenshot with them, with the Pegasus guards, you notice that they are the same size as the Pegasus guards. and that very clearly. Okay, basically my point is that all of the ponies shown so far are the exact same size. So if our main ponies were supposed to be foals, and that's why they don't have their cutie marks, that wouldn't really make any sense, to be completely honest. So, my thoughts as to why they might not have their cutie marks is possibly because since all of the magic in Equestria is gone, cutie marks are gone too. That's a possibility. And yeah, that's my thought. But I also have another possibility. I also have another reason for why they might not have their cutie marks. It is very possible that when the screenshot of Sunny was released, it just didn't have a cutie mark on the model. Yeah, you heard me right. It's very possible that they will have their cutie marks, and here's a little bit of evidence for that. If you look really, really, really closely at Sunny's flank in the screenshot where she's with the guards, you can kind of see like blue and purple on her butt. I think that's her cutie mark. Like I'm pretty sure. Because if you look at the merchandise and you look at her cutie mark, it is a pink star with I think two other stars, and it's got like a blue like trail behind it. And if you look on the screenshot once again that is showing her butt, you can see that it's a blue trail with like a pink dot at the end. So I think it's very possible that anytime we see them without their cutie marks is just because the models don't have their cutie marks on them yet. Like at that point in time, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have their cutie marks in the movie. That is my second reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe looking really closely at Horse's butt in the screenshot with the Pegasus guards and seeing what is kind of clearly to me a cutie mark, maybe that was the wrong decision. Maybe I'm digging a little bit too deep, but I'm pretty fucking sure that's her cutie mark, and I'm pretty sure that the models just didn't have their cutie marks on them in any time when we see them without cutie marks. So, that's everything that I feel like I can talk about for this video. What are your thoughts, guys? Let me know in the comments below, and the mango is out.